Hello everyone, it's E6600 paid untrained undershirt mechanic, and we have a simple one. Well, not really, but yes. I have a headlight out on my Jeep, as you can see, and I'm going to show you how to do this. It's actually the second time I've attempted this. First time was winter in Ohio, and my fingers were so numb I couldn't do it. And I'm going to show you why. You have to turn your wheel in and get in here, and I'm going to light it up some more. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I won't be able to show you much of me actually doing the repair because there's nowhere for me to put a camera. But I'm going to explain it to the best of my ability. Also, the headlights are going to be Silver Star H11s that are going to be going into this. So this is your access panel. Lefty loosey, and you're gonna access the balls from up in here, which this is some long-term chrysler bit. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna show you a little bit more in a second. So looking at this, honestly the easiest way to get to this is gonna be reaching from the top, and I'm gonna show you the passenger sides first, and then I'm gonna show you what you need to take apart for the driver's side. Now, some people I've seen where they've rocked this loose. You can honestly get your hand in there. It's a little tight. I definitely say some gloves. And then there is your headlight. Now there's a little plastic, a little cover of some kind. It's like a rubber cover. Just pulls off. This is where your headlight sits because, you know, it has fake high intensity discharges. With this, you're just gonna pull it out and twist it like normal, but it's gonna be tight. Now you can make some room, but honestly you can probably do it by yourself unless you've just got ginormous, humongous hands. I've got decently sized hands, but they're not the biggest in the world. So I'm gonna start working on this, and then I'm gonna go from there. So we're gonna take the air box off right here. Gonna take this off to slide up this, and then we have some clips to remove. I'm gonna get to that in just a second. Ooh, there went the camera. So, pull this off. Now there's two clips over here. And you can check your air filter. This is the one I installed on my latest air filter video. Now, this isn't bolted, so you just pull it up. And I'm going to pause this while I fight with this. Okay, so right here is a little opening where this weather stripping clips in, and I just rocked it forward off this little plastic tab, and this lifts right up. And then I'm going to give y'all, alright, there's where we need to be. Alright, so I'm going to pause this for a minute while I work on this. Alright, so let's get this light. I hope I look pretty enough for y'all today with my new glasses from Wobbly Parker. Alright, so there's the burned out bulb, you know, lefty loosey, pulled out. Passenger side is definitely easier. Yep, she's burnt. So we are going to pull this out, but we're going to get a new set of gloves to install the next one. And the big reason is you don't want oil and stuff because you're just going to cause a hot spot and it's going to burn up and fail. So you want to have gloves on. You do not want to touch bulbs with bare hands and try to get grease off. It's going to be a little more complicated to keep it secure going back in, but I believe in us. Y'all got this. I got this. Positive thoughts. So here's our new bulb, an H11. Alright, so here's our connector, and you also want to check while you're here, and I'm going to set this down carefully. Also got our fresh one. Not a huge issue these far, but you also want to make sure you don't have a burn up connector, because that's another issue. If you've got a GMT 800 like I have, on my channel I have a whole video about replacing a burned out headlight connector, but you want to make sure that's not an issue. So now I'm going to test this real quick before I go through all the trouble in a very simple way. Ta-da! I just unlocked the Jeep and then locked it. But I am a big fan, because it's kind of a pain in the rump to get all this back in. I'm a fan of getting these things tested before you put them all the way in, or else you're going to have trouble. And goes right in here, and I'm sorry I don't have a better shot for you. I really do. Room is decent, but there's nowhere for me to put a camera that you won't just get blocked by my fingers. I'm sorry about that. I really am. But I'll let you watch. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. And then you just kind of gotta get it in the hole. And you're just basically doing this by feel. If you're not comfortable with something like this, I would honestly tell you, or this is not the hardest repair in the world, but not the easiest. I would not blame you one moment if you decided to take this to an automotive shop. Like I'm having hell myself with this. But if you're not comfortable or not used to doing a lot of it, I would honestly say for this repair, I'd pay someone. Now I'm gonna stop the video because there's no point in seeing me struggle for the time being. Alright, so I enlisted my lovely, fully employed wife, whereas I am gainfully unemployed, as my camera lady. I'll be sure to thank her with Buffalo Wild Wings. So, yeah, I really couldn't do this one. So, there we go. Can you point it in there? So, you've got your little hooks you gotta get it lined up on. And you've got the one over here. And maybe you'll get it better lined on first time than I would. There we go, yeah. Hook it in on this side's the easier way to do this. I apologize, first time I've ever done this one. So, gonna put our air filter back in. Now, here, we need to hook in our weather stripping little clip. Alright, if you'll. So we are back after the GoPro got too hot, doing its job as a camera in the lovely like 72-degree weather of Ohio. Truly regret that purchase every day of my life. Don't buy GoPros. So we're gonna put the cover back on. Oh yeah, and if you took your clamp off actually, real quick. Gonna put some gloves back on so my fingers aren't totally dirty. So, with this, if you do take off this little band, it's got grooves and stuff that it all hooks into, and you just put it back on there. Now, just gonna make sure you get your clips out of the way. And it put the tube back in there, and you've got some clips that it rests in. Go ahead and put this breather hose back in there before I forget. Okay, so the airbox lid is, we're going to attach this back on there. With our handy dandy Mac ratchet. And you can run this down with a socket too. That's how I normally do it, but I really don't have anything up here to do it. And then don't forget about your two clips over here. And get those out of the way. One there. Make sure this is all here. This is all hooked in. All right, and I'm gonna pause the video and we're gonna get back to working on that other side. So, I moved the ECU out of the way. You lift up this tab. Don't unhook this, just move it out of the way. But realistically, to get this out, I got it unhooked, but better yet, let me just to get the bulb out, I really couldn't get a good grip on it to spin it, and it was easier for me to spin it from over here. Now, maybe this way works better for you, maybe that works better for you. It's a few different options. But that, I clipped it from here and then I got it out through there. So I'm gonna get it plugged up and then go from there. But you might be able to get it from here, but I just couldn't get it to spin. Now y'all don't judge me too hard for this, but I ended up putting in the new bulb from here. And as we can see, we are working. So, a few different ways. It went in a lot easier. Coming out, it seemed stuck. But anyway, I hope this video is enjoyable. I'm going to have a conversation after this.